steps anyway. So we'll just do that so we can just kind of run through how everybody's gonna walk in, how the ceremony portion is gonna go, and then how we're gonna walk out, and kind of what's gonna happen after that, just so everybody can kind of get an idea of kind of how things are gonna run that day. And I don't know if everybody got my name, I'm sorry, I'm Shalonda. I'm the coordinator for this evening and tomorrow.
It's real music. I was wondering what you look back in. Tyra has her makeup on. She looks very beautiful. Did you get her?
I'm about to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't supposed to do that. I'm like, no, I didn't get. No, I didn't get the. You didn't get. No.
I ain't even here.
No. You like that about a day? Yeah. Ricky, nah. Oh my God. Okay.
So what's going on, ladies?
How you doing? Hey.
Y'all up next?
I am.
Okay.
No, Kathy.
You going last?
Yeah, I'm going last.
So your mom changed her mind?
I assume so.
So how you feel on this special day?
It hasn't hit me yet. It probably gonna hit me when I see everybody. So that's when it's gonna hit me.
Punk out there.
No, I ain't gonna punk out. I'll probably get emotional. Like,
It won't be you. It won't be you. It's gonna be him.
you think so? That's why I say everybody get a close up. And make
That
sure
is
you-
gonna be funny. Yes, it's always the
I need for him to bring them bags down. Well, for him to come.
You might even be able to get you a little napkin or something after but in between that. But you gotta wake back up. Be present to go to the club. You gotta wake back up.
So what's the plan? Give me the
So-
rundown.
So, after getting our makeup done, I say about 4 guests should be arriving. Ceremony starts at 5, 5:30. Depends on how long it takes my uncle. Bless his heart. I'm sure he's going to share us with his love, grace, and advice and wisdom. Then we're going to end. We're going to have cocktails, everybody drink, and have hors d'oeuvres. Then after that, then the wedding party enters. We have our first dance. We eat, drink, eat, drink, eat, drink, eat, drink, eat, and party all night long. Hey. So me and Tasha go back to high school, and
Where'd y'all go?
we went to George Washington, and so we go back over 30 years. Yeah, don't tell me. Pick that out. So yeah, we grew up around each other. We was always hanging, best buds, getting in trouble, starting trouble, and here we are today. So I do her hair, and sister, friend, I'm her counselor, her doctor, everything. So let's see. I'm not going nowhere, so Sean, you gonna love me like a sister too. So if you catch me in your refrigerator, don't get mad. Good morning, Lucky. Okay, y'all have a great marriage, and I'll be there to make sure she stay on the straight and narrow. And I'm excited for you both. See where this is gonna go and what we're gonna do. Cause I'll put you in the headlock. Okay, 2 pieces to the head.
Hi, I'm Tasha's first best friend from 8th grade. I've known Tasha for quite some time, and me and Tasha have always been friends. She's more like my little sister. 8th grade, used to take up for her, was always there, and I just want to wish you guys the best. Love you.
So she's gonna be out there with him and open the door and send him down.
Okay.
There she is.
Hi, how are you?
Look, it's my little box. Okay. You ready? Go back and show her. Go back to the door. Hurry up. All right, stop right there. You ready? Now, ask for the rings. Okay. Where you gonna stop at? There you go. Good job. Good job. You ready? Yeah, give TT a hug. Give TT a hug. Give TT a hug. Got it. Say, got it, coach. All right, get my stuff back. Game, coach. Look, get my stuff back. That was. Say for me the game.
And then one was actually, no, I've done 3. So they did the whole wedding down there, we had to stay, flip the room, you know. And then I did one, the wedding actually was in, like the room downstairs at the end of the hall. It's like a lounge.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Okay, so.
Yes. Oh, Claire, that is so pretty.
It's you.
Oh my God. Look, girl. So pretty. Claire, you did an awesome job.
Thank you. I think they're cool.
Yes.
I think they're cool. So what I did was, most of this is artificial.
Okay.
The ferns are not. And so what I did was, and I'll tell Shalonda too, right before you go down the aisle, just pop that off,
Okay.
okay?
Okay.
And 2 bridesmaids.
Okay.
So I'm gonna set that back in here. And I'm gonna leave them in here.
All right.
And I'll tell Shalonda where they are.
Okay.
You're so kind.
Here for right now. Yeah.
I am Claire Kramer. I am the owner of Alex Wellbard Florist. We do beautiful weddings, and I'm here on Natasha's wedding day delivering her flowers. These are her altar pieces. She has beautiful bouquets, and I hope she has a wonderful day.
You know, me and my woman been going through a lot of changes for about 6 months or so. It's been real hard to talk to one another. You know, a relationship ain't nothing without communication. How we remain in bed, the both of us looking at the same.
Hi, my name is Shalonda Phillips with Creative Creations. I was Tasha and Sean's wedding planner and coordinator and decorator. So I want to say congratulations and hope you guys have a amazing union together.
And I love you. Then we started holding each other. I felt a tear roll down my face. Last night, me and my woman, we cried together. Said we cried, we cried together. Ain't nothing wrong with you, no. There ain't nothing wrong with me. We're not the only people in the world who go through ups and downs. All we have to do is talk, we can work it out. Oh, let me kiss your eyes, let me wipe the tears away. Let me hold you tight
Don't mind me. Get the right side. Thank you. Give me some words of wisdom. Being married is hard work. You have to work at it. You have to have mercy, you have to have grace. The Lord extended both of those to us, and you have to extend it. Amen. Good, good.
Yes, my name is Willie Felder. I'm Sean's dad now. Been taking care of him for a long time, and he deserved this marriage. Thank you. God bless him. Oh, Jesus. Oh, better fight.
He got that little smile on his face. He got that little grin on his face. Nah, man, don't come over with me. Hey, don't come over with me. Man. What? We go back there.
Dennis Smith, father of the groom, wishing them a happy wedding. Long live love.
Stephanie Washington, wishing Sean and Tasha a long-lasting marriage and happy day.
Yes, I think.
Hi, I'm Andrew Stokes, and I wish y'all a happy marriage.
What's going on, Sean, Tasha? Congratulations. It's about time. But, you know what I'm saying, brother-in-law, sister, congratulations once again. Hope everything works out for the best, man. Praying for everything y'all got.
Ma, Sean, stepdad, I just want to wish y'all a happy marriage and thank you for all the things y'all did for me. I love y'all both.
No time, man. Give me something, man. Give me something. Talk to me.
About to go do this. Wish me luck. It's been a long time coming.
All right. All right. All right. I'd like for everyone to take a moment and cut your telephone off. You'll hear from the Lord. I'll be doing the speaking, and it'll be coming to you. So you can cut your telephones off. So everybody just take a minute. I know you always say, we got it. Just check it to be sure. This is a divine and solemn moment, and we want to just reserve it for all time and posterity. That being said, marriage is an ancient thing. Long before Satan ever touched the world, God made man. And he looked at man walking around the garden, and man looked, I think he just looked miserable, looking at everything that had a mate and everybody that was there. Man was just lonely. And God said it's not good for man to be alone. So then, he put Adam to sleep, performed the first surgery, got a bone rib from him, created woman from his side so that she would forever be there. Then there was a beautiful sight in the garden. Imagine this, the angels were watching a great and innumerable company, never done before. God brought woman to Adam. Adam was used to naming animals. He said, Adam, I ask you, what are you going to call her? He said, I'm going to call her Eve, bone of my bone. And today we have that ancient right still today. There was another time in the garden at Cana. Jesus of Galilee, Jesus was invited to a wedding, and he went. That was the first miracle of turning water to wine. He sanctioned and blessed that marriage. And so then, all marriages are sanctioned, those in the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, and blessed. You can't do it your way. So binding is it that the Lord wrote it all down, gave us guidelines. Paul said it was blessed. Said a man ought to love his wife. Said a woman ought to just, be obedient to her husband. And when you hear that, most women, they get all, beside themselves. But you see, they missed the part what God was really saying. He didn't want any pressure on a woman. And that's what's wrong today. People have pressure on them. He designed man for pressure. He designed women for love, for tenderness, and for mercy. He didn't design them for all the things that you see them through. So he said to the woman, though, in the way that he meant it, when he said, you ought to be obedient to your own husband, he said, woman, I want you to reverence your husband. And that's what we need today. And I hope today that what we do here today, that we will all remember that. For in the wedding, there's always something for everybody. So then, man, love your wife. Woman, reverence your husband. And everything will be all right. For God has sanctioned it. Who gives this woman to be married?
I do.
One of the things that we look at in marriage, we always wonder who's going to do this, who's going to do that. But marriage is together. Whatever you do in marriage, you do it together. Now, it doesn't always seem like it works that way, but it should, And I believe that it will. You know, one of the things that I like to think about when it comes to marriage, and I say this to everybody I've ever married, I don't do this, glue you together so that you can go and find a way to get unglued. I just don't do that. So what's binding us here today is the Spirit of God. The Spirit of God, and it will keep us all here today. From God's Word, we read this. From the beginning of the creation, God made them male and female. We need to get that. And the Lord God said, it is not good for man should be alone, and I will create him a helpmate. That word helpmate means help appropriate. It does not mean a slave or something. He said this, for this cause shall a man leave his mama and his dad, and the woman should do the same thing. And they should cleave to one another and become one flesh. These two will find that after a while, when one gets asked the question, and you can ask anybody that's been married a while about this, the other one will answer. The reason is they know the other, and they know what the answer is. So you see, as the church is subject to Christ, so the woman ought to be subject to her own husband. And that's the same reason you ought to love your wife as you love your own body. I've heard people say, I love her just like I love myself. And I said to myself, if you love yourself that way, I don't want you loving anybody. You know, you need to look how you love yourself. Because the word says it's as Christ loved the church. See, that's the example. You need to love one another as Christ has loved the church. Maurice and Natasha, you've come to me signifying your desire to be formally united in marriage and being assured that no legal, moral, or religious barriers hinder this proper union. I ask you, and you already have, to join your right hands and give attention to the questions now asked. Maurice, in taking the woman whom you hold by the right hand to be your lawful and wedded wife, I require you to promise to love and to cherish, to honor, and sustain her in sickness and in health, in poverty and in wealth, in the bad that may darken your days, in the good that may lighten your ways, and to be true to her in all things until death alone shall part you. Do you promise?
Yes.
I want the witnesses here. Natasha, in taking this man who holds you, I require you to promise to love and to cherish, to honor and sustain in sickness as in health, in poverty as in wealth, in the bad that may darken your days, in the good that may lighten your ways, and to be true to him in all things until death alone part you. Do you promise?
I do.
New commandment I give you, and it's new to you because you've never had to do this. Is that you love one another. I have loved you, that you also love one another. I want you to remember that love suffers long, is kind. Love envies not. Love vaunts not itself, is not puffed up, does not behave itself unseemly, seeks not her own, is not easily provoked, thinks no evil, rejoices not in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth, bears all things, believes all things, hopes all things, endures all things. Love never fails. It never fails. For love is of God. And now abide faith, hope, love these three, but the greatest of these is love. I didn't see any ring. Does anybody here have the ring? We're going to need them. Yeah, where are the rings? Everybody say, where the ring? Where the ring? Bless your heart.
Thanks, man. Top secret. Come on.
Let's see the box, man. Thank you.
There we go.
Top secret.
You got it. Okay.
They didn't want anybody to get these rings. There is no question about that. Here you go, my man.
I ain't go with Chris.
The ring is a symbol of love. And gold is a symbol of the purity of love, no matter the kind. But there is no purity other than that which is in the heart. Symbolizes also the quality of your love. It's also a ceaseless reminder of this hour and as a seal of your vows. And you will now give and receive your rings. And receive your rings. Do you, Marius, give this ring to Natasha as a token of your love?
I'm ready? Yes.
You'll fall out. Repeat after me. Marius.
Marius.
Which one is it? Okay. I, Marius, take you, Natasha,
I, Marius, take you, Natasha,
to be my wedded wife,
to be my wedded wife,
to have and to hold,
to have and hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for poorer,
for richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
to love and to cherish,
till death do us part,
to death do us part,
according to God's holy ordinance,
according to God's holy ordinance,
and thereto I pledge my love.
and thereto I pledge my love. It's hot. It won't go. Okay.
For you, Natasha, will you, Natasha, take this ring as a token of Marius' love for you, and will you wear it as a token of your love for him?
I do.
Do you? Well then, if you do, then everything is fine. If you do that, now you can't take it back, as you have promised. Do you, Natasha? You to give this. Give this ring to Marius as a token of your love for him.
I do.
Then, as you exchange the rings, go ahead, and you have it. I, Natasha, take you to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold,
I, Natasha, take you to be my wedded husband, to have and to hold,
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better, for worse,
for better, for worse,
for richer, for
for
poorer,
richer, for poorer,
in sickness and in health,
and for sickness and in health,
to love and to cherish,
and for love and to cherish,
till death do us part,
to death do us part,
according to God's holy ordinance.
according to God's holy ordinance.
And thereto I pledge you my love.
And thereto I pledge my love.
Will you, Marius, take this ring as a token of Natasha's love for you, and will you wear it as a token of your love for her?
Yes.
Now we will have the lighting of the unity candle. One of the things we remember in marriage and in our relationship with the Lord is that you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart and with all your soul and with all your might. With everything that you got. Always love the Lord. And it says, in these days which I command you this day shall be in your heart, and you shall teach them diligently unto your children, and shall talk of them when you sit in your house. Put on therefore as the elect of God kindness, humbleness of mind, meekness, and long-suffering, forbearing one another and forgiving one another. And above all, put on love, which is the bond of perfection. One of the things that you need to remember is that you need to always be merciful. He says, well, how can I do that? You do that, you start right here today. Whatever was yesterday has been cast into the sea of forgetfulness. It shall never come again. Not on your part. People will say things, but you have forgotten that. There was a lady who had been angry and hurt very bad, and people would come and say, I remember when you were this, I remember when you were that, I remember when you did this, and they'll say the same thing about you. You know what she said? She said, I chose not to remember that. So you don't have to remember that. You can choose not to remember. And from that day forward, they had nothing else to say. People would say to me, James, I remember when you were this and when you were that and when you did this and when you did that. And I would just smile. It would be right down my alley. I said, you know, you're exactly right. Look what the Lord did for me. Now come right here. I want to show you. He can do it for you. And they say, I got to go. I said, no, you can't. I must tell you what the Lord can do for you. Remember that. You got to always be forgiven. So, well, I don't know if I can just make it with that. The Lord has forgiven everybody here, whether you love him or don't love him. Every breath you take is a part of his forgiveness. Learn to forgive one another and love one another with all the mercy and all the tenderness that you can. Having pleasure, faith, and love to each other, and having sealed your solemn marital vows by giving and receiving the rings, acting in authority vested in me by the laws of this state and looking to heaven for divine sanction, I pronounce you husband and wife in the presence of God and these assembled witnesses. Wherefore, what God has joined together, let no man put asunder. That is something. And now may the God of peace prosper and bless you in this new relationship And may the grace of Jesus Christ abound unto you now and forevermore. You may kiss the bride.
Now where the single fellas at? He done gave it away, all right. There are no single men in the room tonight?
No looking back, spaceships. Don't call me good, with rear view mirrors, they get as quick as they can. When fear is now, I'm so like a kid. Keep your heart, make these girls smart. These girls smart. Play your part. Play your, play your, play your, play your, play your, play your,
I can't believe this day has come. I'm in my tux, you're in your wedding gown, and family and friends, they're all staring at us. I know that they can tell that our love, baby, I want our love to grow throughout the years. As I look back in time, I see some joy, some pain, some tears. You're my lady and my friend. I always knew, yeah, you were meant me, yeah. This broken heart, you would help me. You're the woman of my dreams. My search is over. You're all I need. All you need is to be loved and cared for. There is something that I need to say to you, love of my life, to my future wife. Lady, would you come closer? Listen to everything, baby. Lend me your ear for these words so sincere. I want our love. As I look back in time, yeah, I see some joy, some pain, some tears. You're my lady and my friend. You're my best friend. I always knew this broken heart, you would help fix my heart when it's split in two. My dreams. Oh yeah. My search is over. Oh yeah. All you need is to be loved and cared. I got everything you need. First exchange of vows, then I turn to you. I kiss your lips after we say I do. Prepared to love you through sickness and health. As I reminisce, I gotta ask myself, where would I be without you in my life, baby? Through all of our problems, girl, I'm just so glad that you wouldn't give up on us. Give up, no. For where would I be in this world without you in my life? I need you so much. So much. Through all of our problems, girl, I'm just so glad that you wouldn't give up on us. Give up, no. Yeah. For where would I be in this world without you in my life? I need you so much.